only, as Ray, we've only survived for 250 years of the company. Remember, FedEx, thank you very much. Thank you for your long-time partnership. And thank you for the work you do in the community. Safe Kids, we're celebrating 20 years. Is that correct? Yeah, so that's really incredible. I think 20 years ago, 3 cities were covered by this program, up to 225, and now it's worldwide. So simply, you know, a great accomplishment, a lot of work. Pedestrian traffic, I know in New York City, we've got the Zero program, which we're trying to have 0 pedestrian fatalities. It's a huge goal, but it's an honorable goal, and hopefully all the work that you're doing around the world is going to have the benefit to all cities, New York, and to smaller towns as well for safety. So what have these changed? A lot of first-time visitors here? All right. So outside, it's a really important part of New York City, a really important part of the country, actually. When you walked in, you saw George Washington back there. That's where he was sworn in on the steps of Federal Hall in 1789. It's the first president. That's where Congress convened for the first time. The Supreme Court sat for the first time. The Bill of Rights were ratified in that building. And importantly for the financial market, that's where Hamilton established the Treasury Department. His office was right around the corner. And that's where he wrote the first report of public credit on the United States. That was ratified in 1791, and we've been here since 1792. So it's an incredible history. Again, though, thanks to FedEx and all of our listed companies for helping us along the way over 227 years. So now, Tim, you are a bell ringer, so come on up. Congratulations. I love this line because, you know, well, it's true, first of all, so no pressure. Okay. This is on a typical day the most widely watched news event. All right. Well, I didn't tell me that. But to honor that and to get you ready for that, we strike a medallion in the building. So the front is the facade of the Nyse, let's say 6 pillars that represent free enterprise all over the world. And on the back is the buckwheat tree. So before we had this beautiful building, brokers used to meet in the middle of Wall Street under a tree and trade securities back and forth. We've come a long way as well, but it's great to have you here. Very appreciate it. Where we go? Get this right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to look taller. Yeah. Trying to look skinnier.
Hey, I just want to welcome everybody. This is an awesome event. We have been partnering with Safe Kids for 20 years, 20,000 volunteers, 17 million people we've touched, or kids we've touched. What we do and what you guys do are so important, and we really appreciate it. We're glad that Bray and Ground and the rest of the team could join us today, but this is a big deal. I mean, how cool is it that you can say you sponsor with a cause that's so important as saving the lives of children, right? And so it's really cool. So we're proud to be sponsored and sponsoring Safe Kids for 20 years and celebrating 20 years. So why don't you come up here, Kareem?
Congratulations.
You know you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, Tori, come on, a couple words from you.
Right. So I would say I've been here for the entire 20 years, and it's been an honor, so being at Safe Kids. But as you mentioned, we started in 3 states, and it's just amazing to see that it's where it is today. And I would say that 3 of our messages, and thinking about New York, is take action against distraction. We want phones down, heads up. And that's really the next evolution of our program. You all know that autonomous vehicles are going to be on the road, so we have a bigger job now with pedestrians and interacting with autonomous vehicles. So with our partnership, it's been amazing to be in 10 countries, and 9 of those countries are around the world. So the depth and breadth of this program is amazing. In 20 years, the amount of lives saved has been impeccable. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All set? All right, so we are right on time. So, small group, so I have one story to tell. I'm not sure if Elizabeth has heard this before. Have you heard the urn story? No? So, all right.
Oh, no, I did. She told me.
All right, you did? All right, so we have a lot of artifacts in this building, and we have archives that hold a lot of artifacts as well. So, in the early 1900s, the Empire of Russia raised $1 billion on the New York Stock Exchange. They floated bonds. It was to help fund the Trans-Siberian Railroad. This building opened up in 1903, and shortly thereafter, that urn, a lot of my colleagues say it's a beautiful urn. Call it an urn. It's pretty nice, but showed up at our doorstep. And it was a gift from the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II, last of the Romanovs. His house jeweler, Carl Fabergé, designed and crafted that urn. So that's a Fabergé. So it's worth a lot of money. 3 of that size were made. According to our historian, 2 were destroyed in the 1917 revolution, so it's one of a kind. So the story goes, two guys were doing what we're doing today. They were ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, a guy named Reagan, a guy named Gorbachev. And they walked in this room. You're close to it. So they walked in this room, and Gorbachev was collecting Fabergés from around the world to bring back to the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, and he knew about this. So he walked in and he goes, that belongs to Mother Russia. He wanted to take it home. So Dick Rosser, who was head of the exchange at the time, came up with the great line. He said, you know, President Gorbachev, 1917, it's been 75 years. The bonds are still unpaid. It's $1 billion of face value, and you haven't paid a penny of interest in 75 years. So if you got that in your pocket, you can take it home. So it remains here. Yeah, it's true. So folks, it's almost that time. We're going to head down to the trading floor. So if you could please come up before we head down the floor, come over here, grab a coin, one for each of you. And it looks like we all have blue stripes, so we're all going to the podium, which is terrific. So we'll all head downstairs and then sign a book. And then go.
Are we coming back through here?
We can come back through here, so everything is safe and secure. Leave your bags, leave your medallions, all that stuff. Please take a coin, and then we'll head on. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that one.
You want to take one for Rose?
Tuned in? Oh, yeah. All right. Tim, Tareen, I'll leave the
That's
way
beautiful.
down.